All right, welcome back to the Golf Podcast. So we've got a lot to talk about. Another big week. Rory back on top, by the way.
Number one. How many times?
I think this is ninth time.
Ninth time.
Ninth different time, because there's been a lot of bouncing around.
Right.
And you guys always know why we leave those comments open. You guys correct us
Yeah, true
if
enough.
we're wrong. You guys are our official, unofficial, what do you call it? Checkers, fact checkers.
Yep.
But we got to talk about that because there was a funny quote that came out from Rory. But it was a cool moment. Cool seeing him win again. Cool seeing him back on top. A lot to talk about with John Rahm too. But a little bit later, stay tuned. A little bit later in the show, we're going to do something off the cuff, a little something different.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to rank some of the most popular golf snacks.
Love it.
Right?
Hungry.
This is when the cart girl rolls up to you and you're like, what do you got in there?
Yep.
There's a few things they seem
What are you
to
going
always
to for
have.
fuel?
Right. What are you going to
it's not
and
alcohol.
why? We'll actually do a full taste test
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to do a ranking system. But that's in a few minutes. Also, the other thing is happy almost Halloween.
That's right. Is it really the end of October already?
Can you believe it?
No.
We're already starting to struggle
Dude,
with some weather here.
Speaking of getting into the fall, I flash back to the other day. I was thinking, where have we been this year? And it was this year we were in Innisbrook.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like it.
It seems like 2 years ago, such a wild year.
We were filming the videos way differently than we're filming now. We were doing things completely different. It was only, 8 months?
That's it.
Then we went to California, went to Wisconsin. Pretty good year, dude.
Seems like ages ago, but
yeah.
Did you see my little art project?
I was going to ask you, man. Pretty slick. Titleist ball pumpkin.
I was pumpkin picking with the kids and my wife this weekend. First of all, now I feel like I did it wrong. I got to change the slant on that
You're on
thing.
a little bit of an upslope.
A little
That's all right.
upslope. But I just see
Titleist.
this one perfectly round white pumpkin, and I'm like, I'm going to buy
That's the
that
one.
and write Titleist on it.
And I didn't know what the 22 was when I first looked at it. I was like, oh, it must be like your number. Maybe it was your number in high school. You put all. I'm like, oh, wait. It's the year.
Guy
Got it.
catches on quick, doesn't
Real
he?
quick. It took a couple
Well,
minutes.
so while my kids were eating breakfast, I'm sitting there with a Sharpie, and they're like, Dad, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm writing Titleist on a pumpkin. What are you doing? Anyway.
You had to look up the logo, right? You couldn't freehand that.
I freehanded it, but I had
But you
to
had
look
to look
at it.
it
I
up.
didn't
Just to get it right.
Yeah. If I traced it and it was
the
that
T-
bad, we know we're in trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
We're in trouble. But I'm sure there's some sort of pun that you guys can come up with instead of Pro V1. Like, I don't know.
Did you say
Pumpkins are gourds.
Did you say
Like, come on,
Grovey
son.
one?
What?
Did you say Grovey one? What did you say?
Like, there you
Is
go.
that what you just said?
No, I said Pro V1.
Oh, okay.
But you
Yeah,
come
you
with some
come
sort
with
of
something
pun.
interesting.
Grovey one? Why? Because it
I don't know
grows?
why,
I don't know.
'cause
That's a tough
no
one. I think
idea.
you guys can beat us on that. Anyway, let's get back into talking
Let's
about it.
get
So you had the
back into
CJ Cup. Rory, not only does he win, he also goes back to back
That's right.
because he won last year, the CJ Cup.
Yeah, title defense. Interesting field. I didn't watch too much of it because, this time of year for me. I think this time of year for a lot of us.
Everybody's watching football.
Everyone's watching football, man, right?
I also heard that the coverage was not great. I heard that a lot of people were not able to watch the CJ Cup. I heard that from multiple different people that the coverage was not amazing.
Well, I can't speak to it because although I wasn't watching it, I listened to the final round because Sunday was my day of driving around and getting errands done. And I'm listening to this thing, and it was just like, first of all, Rory was even tied for the lead around the 13th hole. And then he went on a tear.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 5 birdies in 6
He
holes.
still got it, man. He still got it.
No
like when
doubt
he dials
he's
it
got
up.
It was, and it is that was a seriously strong field.
Uh-huh.
No
and question.
Just incredible what he was doing there, and that stringing those birdies together at the end. But I saw this quote from him after the round. He said, "If someone had told me at the Valero Texas Open when I missed the cut that I would be world number 1 by October, I would have asked them what they were smoking."
That's funny.
And that's just too much.
Yeah, if you think about it, because
it's
he
true.
was kind of quiet for a bit.
He was quiet.
He was in the Scotty Scheffler shadow. Everyone has been in Cam Smith's shadow all year.
Right.
Not really doing much. Then in Canada, he wins. Shuts up the live crowd. Remember that?
Yep.
And then that was a title defense, by the way.
Yeah.
So he has 2 title defenses this year.
He does. And
That's
he
pretty
all of a
incredible.
sudden is coming into form and winning some tournaments. I mean, now heading into what is most likely a little bit of their off season. I was looking at this,
Did he
by the
win
way.
the DP? Sorry, the DP World Tour, the race to Dubai. Is that thing over?
It is, but he wasn't. He
was
wasn't the
not,
winner. And
okay.
I don't remember who won it.
So FedEx Cup,
Zach's looking it up for us.
the FedEx Cup was something he got to as well. So
He won the FedEx.
That's
right.
right.
So let's put it this way. He's had a couple of months. He's had a month or
been
two.
hot.
Yeah, been hot. But now we got to put the game away a little bit. But I was looking at it every year because now with this wraparound season, this is part of the FedEx Cup points for this season.
Correct.
The
Current season.
2022-2023 season.
What do you got,
Get
Zach?
it?
Sorry. Zach's got something first.
Is the race to Dubai the DP World Tour Championship?
Yes.
Yes.
That hasn't happened yet. That's in
Okay.
November.
All right, so
Oh,
it's still
I thought
going.
that- I thought I
'cause would've
saw
s-
something with
I would
that.
have saw a winner headline, like with
Yeah.
that huge trophy
huge
that's bigger than
trophy.
like some people's houses.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm looking at it, and the season just seems to be getting long, like so long, especially the wraparound. There is, I think, about 44 events on the
That
schedule.
sounds right.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a long season.
and these guys
I'm-
play about half. They play I think we dialed it up. Cam Smith did like 18 or 19 last year.
Yeah, a lot of these top tier guys will
Yep.
play like 20
Yep.
events, something like that. But I'm just because the reason I was thinking about that is I'm like, do these guys get any real time off? Because you got a guy like Rory now playing. You know, he wins this week. He's gonna play in the Century Tournament of Champions, I would imagine, which is the first week in January.
Yep.
So at max, they're off for what's it, a month and a half
Yeah.
approximately. Actually, isn't there?
There's a hero. If you're a top tier guy,
Yeah,
you're gonna play
yeah,
the hero.
like you-
That's just like it's a hit and giggle.
right, but you may be in an event, you may be traveling a little bit. Because I think
Yeah.
about it, I'm thinking like
I think
the other
they're always
sports,
competing.
like basketball is back,
Right.
baseball is just winding
Wrapping up,
down.
yep.
A lot, football. These guys get 4-5 month off season.
For the most part, I think football's the longest,
Football's a long one, but you have these long off
especially
seasons.
if you don't make the playoffs.
But now with the PGA Tour, it's like almost like a guy like Rory, like there's no time
be
to
back.
like, unwind and relax.
No, those guys are always. I think they're always competing. They're always somewhere. They're always doing something. They're always probably on like a product shoot. Like those guys' lives. A guy like Rory, he's nonstop.
Yeah.
So when he's playing or whatever, it's nonstop. But it's good to see him dial it back up. He's fun to watch. He's fun to watch when he's dialed in.
Yeah,
like
he
from
is.
a golfer, an amateur golfer who watching a guy on a tour and try to improve. I just love watching that guy swing.
Yeah, his swing is just so technically sound, and
Yep.
the amount of power he generates for his size.
Yeah.
Because he's not a big guy. He's been working out a lot. He's more muscular than he used to be when he was younger. But regardless, we know that not much of that drives the power in the golf swing. He's just so efficient with his swing. It's always exciting to watch, and his short game was on fire, which really helped.
Yeah, you can't beat him when that happens.
But I'm thinking of the break because John Rahm, who had a good week himself,
Yep.
ended up somewhere around fourth. I don't remember the final there, but he said he's going to be taking a break. He's going to take a break from the game, but he didn't say specifically how much. But you go back and we were looking at some old articles. He said the same thing at the end of last year. I think it's just his way of saying he's getting ready for this little pause that they have. I don't see him taking
Did
any
he
type
win
of
it all last year?
significant break.
He's got to win, I think.
Did Rahm have a win?
Like,
in that
will
last
we see
season?
him at the Century as a past winner? I don't
Good
even know.
question.
Part of me feels like he won in Mexico, but was that the year before? Was that his last win on tour? Zach's going to check it out.
Your
But
memory would serve better than mine.
while he's looking that up, I want to let you know that the event that I did watch this week, and it was even I DVR'd it because I didn't want to miss it, was the Champions Tour playoffs because Labritz was making moves this week. No wins, right, Zach? No wins from John Rahm.
So
Zero. Okay.
The soonest we probably see him back is like the Sony,
The Sony.
something
If he
like
comes
that.
out there, which I think he's won before. I think he has won that one. Again, there's so much to remember with these guys, right? But year after year of doing this, but we'll probably see him out there. And then the Farmers, of course, is like he's won there.
Yeah,
Torrey's his spot. So
and that's the thing. Like you talk about,
Farmers is also like in February, I believe.
He did
End of
win.
January.
He did win in Mexico.
Was Mexico 22 or 21?
21-22. So is that this season or the last?
No, that was last.
that was the last time they were there.
Last time they were there. So this past year.
So he would be. He would be.
So we might see him at the Century.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'll tell you what. I mean, yeah, with the Champions Tour, Rob rooting him on.
Rob, that's such a great story still because here's a guy, his first year on the Champions Tour, Club Pro, he's still humbled by it. Like the interview the other day, he still talks about like how he pinches himself. But like the dude's played in like 10 events this year.
Yeah.
He's like in the locker room and stuff. He is now, when they did the projected Charles Schwab points, he is now projected, he's right on the cut line to make it to the next round. So he's got to do pretty decent this week, and then he makes the championship. So we could see him in the top 25 or top 30, whatever it is for the Champions Tour in his first year, probably taking home a bag of money, which I'm sure
Does
he does.
that secure his card for next year?
I believe it does. But again, Champions Tour rules, I don't really know what the rules
Yeah,
are.
a little different. I'm not sure either. But yeah, I mean, look, we're going to see, the reality is we're going to see a little bit of that wind down for golf now. at least until for the rest of the year with the holidays coming up. But there are still some big events on the schedule, and the other big one is Liv's big event, which is coming up this weekend.
It's the big party.
It's the big team event.
Yep.
But I saw this other news come out the other day, and it's just like with Liv, it's funny. It's almost like they don't want to play second fiddle to the PGA Tour in any way. Like if the PGA Tour is doing something, they want to do it.
Sure.
We talked about it last week.
I feel like the other way around too, in a way.
In a way,
Sure,
for sure. But now, let me tell you something. If you're, whether you're tired of it or just eating up the drama of the fight between the PGA Tour and the Live Tour, either way, just hold on to your seats because a whole lot more is coming. So all of this discovery and all of the lawsuits and stuff that are coming out, it's slowly trickling out all this information. If like the PGA Tour now has to release like who they spoke with, and you see that they've, the different people that they were getting in touch with telling them not to go to Live, and is that going to come back and bite them? Sure. Even Anthony Kim was in the conversation that they had spoken to him. But the most recent news on the Live end, Bloomberg.com had reported there was an unnamed source who said that that Liv was seeking partners to produce and broadcast a show featuring its stars in an effort to deepen fan engagement. And if you think, what does that sound like? It sounds like the Netflix series that we saw on the PGA
so they're
Tour.
Coming out with their own, huh? So
it seems like they're trying to come out with their own. However, it seems like, and part of this thing, the report suggests that the group has approached several streaming companies to join the project, but as of yet, without any success. So to a certain extent, I feel like I get where they're coming from. They want to like stay, hey, if you're doing this, we're doing it, like with the PGA Tour, and because everyone knows that Netflix thing is going to get tons of eyeballs. We talked about it before. The stuff that they've got, it's just going to go. So I'm sure they don't want to play second fiddle. They want to be in the conversation. They want to have that too. But it's a little bit of a cart before the horse because they still have not even been able to get a broadcast deal for their events. And now they're going out and trying to get somebody to broadcast and produce this series.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of like a, which one are you going to be able to do?
Also, kind of on that same note, I saw in those court documents that the PGA Tour had to disclose who they talked to when it came to like networks and players and stuff like that. And I saw that the PGA Tour had talked to all the big streaming and broadcasters like Netflix, Amazon, all these companies talking to them about Live. We don't really know what they were talking to them about Live, but I personally think that they were telling them not to do business with Live, but who knows? And
you never know. I mean, they could have been trying to throw their weight around a little bit. Some of these broadcasts could also have their own reasons that they're not, picking up Live.
Hey, let me ask you a question. What happens if YouTube ever put its foot down on Live?
If YouTube did?
Right. Then they have literally no place to put it but their own website.
Yeah. It's just, I don't think that that's something YouTube
wouldn't do that.
Get into, because at that point you're talking about like rewriting their community,
absolutely,
and their guidelines.
True.
Because I mean, like it's such a worldwide platform.
Your beliefs are one thing, I guess.
Right. I just don't. I mean, I'm sure in there they have things like human rights and stuff like that they can maybe, if they really want to go
streaming
to
services
Live,
are not doing it because they have a reason for it. YouTube is different.
Well, also, what does everything seem to always come down to is like the dollar. You know, I would imagine a lot of them are worried that if they, like, I'm talking about traditional broadcast, if they sign a traditional broadcast deal, that some of the sponsors that would support that broadcast deal might back out because it was Live. YouTube's a little bit more decentralized in that way.
Yeah, true.
In that, you buy, the ads that you see on YouTube, but that's more so like people just purchase ads and they display all over YouTube.
You're just being served, sure.
It's not just, so who knows? But I was reading part of this report, the same thing that came out, is that Live like continually struggling to have as much coverage and as much viewership as the PGA Tour. It said Liv's final round coverage has regularly struggled to reach half of the PGA Tour's average third round audience of 1.8 million viewers, while coverage from the league's international stops have struggled to reach 1/5 of the tour's average. So comparative audiences are still very low on the Live side.
Yes.
But part of that could be because of the fact that they don't have a broadcast deal.
Mhm.
Who knows? It depends on how they're viewing them. But regardless, you could see that they want to have their own kind of docuseries. But again, they're having trouble. Guess they're out there shopping it and not getting a whole lot back just yet.
Doesn't seem like yet.
Yeah.
Right? Mhm.
But some of that was like kind of the bigger news that was going on. And then speaking of which, the kind of like the funny news, did you see the trophy drop? Did you see this the other?
Oh, Steven Alker.
Yeah. He
What a year, this dude. I have never been the biggest, because of LeBritz, the biggest Champions Tour fan. Like new tour fan here.
Yeah. Well, I'll
Love
tell you what,
watching
his face, I reminds me of
face is great.
Morikawa when he
Yep.
had the top of the trophy drop off. But yeah, I mean, at that point, there's probably so much excitement run through your veins.
That dude's going to win the Charles Schwab Cup. I think it's just fun. Golf's in a good spot all around. Different tours, different things happen. It's exciting.
It is
Bottom
exciting.
line, no matter what you
I'm-
like and what you believe in, it's exciting.
I'm a little bit, like I said, disappointed to see it kind of coming to an end for the close of this year.
Yep.
But like I said earlier, I think everybody is, at least
hero.
all the players are looking for a little bit of a break. And I just wonder, with Live wrapping up this week, right? This is their final event on the season. And the PGA Tour really starting to wind down now with only a couple of events here and there. We have the Bermuda this week and things like
Excited
that.
to see James play.
I'm excited to see that as well. I just wonder if that will have like a dust settling effect. Because right now the temperature has just turned so high up between Live and the PGA Tour and the fighting that we've seen at least the whole second half of this season.
Yeah.
I just wonder if a little bit of a quieting of the headlines might cause some of that
See
dust
here.
to settle. But again, like I said earlier, if even though the events are winding down, if the lawsuits and the information from those lawsuits are winding up, we may have an off season filled with more and more news and revelations between the two as they butt heads.
We could, and we don't have our first Live event until February.
Does it have a location locked in?
Florida course. All the courses to be determined,
To
but
be
Florida and Cali in February. Tucson in March, Australia in April, Singapore in April, Washington May.
So there's where the guys who are on Live are getting like a true off season. Because
Yeah.
their last event is this last week in October. They're sitting out November, December, January. That's
They have
3 months off.
off.
I bet you guys like Dustin Johnson and some of the other guys haven't had 3 months off in as long as they.
As long as they can even remember. They'll
Yeah.
probably stay sharp, play some local golf, but they'll probably just chill. Curious to see.
Hey, a
We'll
lot
see.
of them quoted that was the reason why they jumped over to Live was the less hectic.
You're gonna.
schedule.
I guarantee you're gonna start seeing a lot of those posts over the next 3 months, like from those guys. Like you'll see random like enjoying life. Like
on
they'll
the
be rubbing it
yachts,
a little. Yeah, you're gonna see that.
All those $100 million.
Like this is what Live is all
paychecks.
about.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Anyway, let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We'll do a quick word from our sponsors. Then we're gonna come back.
Snack
we're
time.
gonna. It's snack time.
I love it, man.
We're gonna bust the snacks out. We're gonna put up the ranking list, and we're gonna rank these bad
Let's
boys.
go.
All right, and we invite you guys to rank them as well in the comments. Give us your feedback. But let's do a quick word from our sponsors, then we'll jump right back into it.
All right, guys, we're excited to share with you some exclusive opportunities from Titleist, but to be a part of them, you have to join Team Titleist. Team Titleist gives you access to opportunities like prototype testing, special events, limited edition gear. Love that. And you only get this from them directly. It's super cool. It's like a surprise in the mail, but you got to be a part of Team Titleist. So go sign up today. It's free to do. Join the Team Titleist. Visit Titleist.com/Team Titleist, but it's one word, Team Titleist. There's the
You
ball.
still have to make your own pumpkin.
Frank's going to send everyone who signs up today a customized pumpkin.
I'll be there with a Sharpie in a pumpkin.
That's your
patch.
first gift.
Yeah.
So go check it
Part
out.
of being part of the team right there. Anyway, also want to thank FootJoy, guys. They have released their most advanced apparel layering system ever. It's called the Thermo Series, and it really focuses on layering that is designed specifically for golf, especially being able to play in all weather conditions. We talked about it. It really helps us extend the season further into the fall and earlier in the spring by being able to layer up, know that you're warm and comfortable, but still be able to move. So you've got the collection including base layers, mid layers, outer layers, and pants. They even have the Thermo Series pants.
They do.
You know, stay nice and warm. You know, sometimes you overlook the pants, you know, and then all of a sudden your legs are freezing. So you got all the right stuff to put together to make sure you are warm from head to toe. The materials they're made to move with the golfer. There's no restriction. They're super lightweight as well, which is another reason I like, because Thermo Series this time of year, man, it's not always cold the whole day. I like to have something for the, you know, whether you're playing early morning or into the evening as the temperature's changing while you're out there. Something lightweight and small enough that I can also kind of like roll it up, fold it up, put it in the golf bag, have it for the first couple of holes, take it off as it gets warmer. It's really about that layering and doing that the right way. So remember, that's what that'll do. It not only reduces the bulk, it helps to regulate the temperature and really ensuring that maximum comfort no matter how many layers it requires.
Golf's hard enough, you know?
Yeah, golf's hard enough. You don't need to be freezing out there. So check out the Thermo series. It did us huge favors when we were recently playing up in Vermont. I'll tell you that much.
Savior.
So check out the whole lineup at footjoy.com. All right, so we're going to dive into something.
We're gonna pig out.
It's gonna let's see what the where these rank. We're gonna go into the most popular, at least in the golf courses that we've been around, the most popular golf snacks. So now I know some of you are even more fortunate than us in that. Have you ever seen like on those clubhouses and stuff and those turns on that go crazy on social media and it's got like every possible snack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if that's your club, then you're very fortunate. But for the rest of us, I'm thinking about what are the kind of the staples that every time
what's in the cart? Yep.
The beverage cart comes around, there seems to be a couple staples that are always offered. So we figured let's grab some of the ones that we're most used to seeing at the courses we play and try to provide a definitive ranking here.
Okay.
All right. So we've got a little bit of a mix, but let's
just reach in.
Let's start right. Yeah, it'll be a little bit of a mystery. What do we got up first?
All right, here we go. All right, these are a classic. The Cliff Bar.
The old Cliff Bar.
These are just some of the go-to. These are go-to for you, right? In a way, or maybe
I used to be a big Cliff Bar guy. I used to, and it's not for lack of taste. I just I've been eating more protein bars for a little extra punch while I'm out there. But what do we got?
White macadamia nut.
Oh, you really splurged.
White chocolate macadamia nut. I don't know. I tried something different.
You got those macadamias.
Here, you want to break me up a piece, or you want to eat your whole thing?
No. I'll break
me a piece.
Wasn't that what was that Seinfeld episode with the macadamia nuts? Where they stayed in the plaza.
And they stayed in the plaza.
He spent like
he just ate them all.
$300 on macadamia nuts.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to give this one extra points for the frosting.
Your hands are clean, right?
I'm going to even give you the wrapper.
Thank you.
That polite.
Trying to practice. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now think about it. You're on the fourth hole. You're just starting to get a little lull. This right here.
What I like about this too, try not to chew into the microphone too much. Golf snacks, you're going fast. You're eating this before you hit that tee box, like, you know what I mean? From one green to the next tee box.
Yeah.
I give extra points for something that doesn't require the wash down. There's some that are a little drier.
Yeah.
You got to also have the drink. Sometimes I don't have time for that.
It's got moisture in it.
Right.
It's got moisture in it. That's why.
Chewy. It's sweet.
I might finish this.
You might eat the whole thing.
No, I'm sorry. I might.
All right. So let's pull up our ranking board here.
Let's see what we got.
We're going to see where we're going to put this.
Look at this interactive chart.
I'm going to call out the gate hot.
A?
I'd say A tier. What do you do?
I was going to say A. I just said A. I don't think it's superior yet.
Zach, give us an A tier for Cliff Bar.
All right.
And specifically white chocolate macadamia nut. Because you could go wrong and pick the wrong flavor. I mean, all of them have this nice moisture to it, but I think there's like a banana one.
They got they got a banana one. There's
But you know what I mean. There's certain bars that if you're not chasing it with a little bit of water, you're in trouble. But
you're absolutely right. Cleanse the old palate there for the next one.
This and an iced coffee on the back nine.
Oh man,
right? I'm going low.
Right? Low.
Going low.
Super low.
There's a go low recipe right here. Just evidence for the fact that we're finishing it.
Yeah. All right, palate cleansed.
Time to dig into the old bag of tricks over there.
The Kind Bar. All right. These you'll see in almost every checkout line.
I don't think I've ever not seen one of these out on the course.
Right.
It's always like, well, I got Kind Bar.
This I'll just break a little piece off and give you the wrapper.
Let's see what he went with.
I go peanut butter, man.
Peanut butter dark chocolate.
Peanut butter dark chocolate. You have a wicked stomachache after this episode.
We're gonna be flying high on sugar with all the stuff that we're trying. All right.
Oh dear God, that's good. Gluten free.
I'm sorry.
I like the extra. Like we got
a healthy
whole
Snickers.
Full nuts in there.
A healthy Snickers bar.
It's almost like a healthy Snickers. I think the nuts are good to give you the protein. The chocolate gives you that little sugar boost, right?
Zero fat. It's also no, it's 14 grams of fat.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
the peanuts.
It's the peanuts, man. You idiot.
You're making
Come on.
no fat peanuts now. The only area where I got to deduct a little bit of points with these, especially when you get this much chocolate, it tends to melt.
They will melt in the bag.
Yeah, you don't get the right conditions. And this thing, because there's certain golf snacks, like sure, you buy them, they got them in the cart, it's ready to go. But other ones, I think I get them, I throw it in my bag. This could come out like a disaster on a hot day. Because I'm just touching
That's
it.
going to be a disaster. That's all over the fingertips.
Yeah, I'm just touching it.
You got it on your glove.
See, now I do got to bust out some water, a towel.
People think you went to the bathroom in the woods. You don't know. It's bad news.
Yeah, but if nothing else, like it's too sticky just to like manhandle it.
Yeah, I hear you.
I still got the points. I don't need a drink to wash it down.
But you figured out a way how to bring a chocolate bar back to life out there. You put it back in the cooler for a little bit.
I did. Yeah. Throw it in there. But I can't give this top tier.
You keep going with it, man. So I mean, you like it. I
don't
don't.
get a full.
I really like it, but I think it's a notch below the A. What's below A? B.
What's below it?
And what's below that, sir? That'll be C.
C.
Okay.
I would agree with you on B. I can't go any higher. You could talk me into a C if you had to.
And by the way, guys, all of these snacks will be donated to The Turn. The Turn is the communal place in the office here that the entire staff can enjoy.
Which we inevitably all grab from and throw them in our bag on the way out the door.
They are just our golf bags.
Look, see, like now I got this chocolate all over my hands just from barely touching it.
That's why it's a B.
That's why it's a B, and it could border on a C.
Here we go. We're going with something a little different feel here.
What is this?
Look at these right here.
Okay.
All right, I've seen these a lot.
Are those like adult combos?
They're like adult combos or like bodybuilder combos.
Hey man, combos are not just for
What's that?
children.
You don't have to tell me, man. I heard
These are a big
combos
thing.
are not just for children.
You don't have to tell me. I hurt myself on combos
Now, if you're-
hard the other day. You know when I have like a panic snack?
Yeah.
I'm driving home from the course, and I hadn't had a snack, and I'm like getting weak. And I stopped at the gas station and just out of pure nostalgia, because like when I was younger, I could eat them no problem.
He says nostalgia. I can only imagine what this is going
Bro,
to be.
I went after the big bag of the pizza combos. Oh, you know what I'm talking about? And like because you're already hurting, and
This
you're
is like
hungry-
recently?
Yeah,
At
recently.
this
I stopped
age?
I stopped
Okay.
in Nyack.
Okay.
We were coming back from Westchester.
Yes.
I come across the bridge, and I'm like, I know there's a gas station right off this thing in Nyack.
Yeah.
I get off. I was just crushing them a little too hard.
What was with it? What washed it down?
I had a water in the car. So
Okay,
if
all
I
right.
didn't, I'd be dead.
So if you had your like iced coffee and combos,
But
I'd be
I'm
a
just
little-
eating those combos, and man, they just turn into one big combo
yeah,
in your stomach.
just one big
Tummy
mess.
ache, Frank.
Yeah,
It's about to happen to you
What
here.
did I do to myself?
So these are not combos, but these are pretzel nuggets. We're seeing a lot of these are becoming.
So what do we got? Pretzels with is this? Tell me if it's
peanut
cheese
butter
or peanut
inside.
butter.
We're not going to do cheese on the course. This is pizza. Pizza.
Why?
Well, I'm thinking combos. Pretzels.
This is peanut butter inside of these little tiny pretzel nuggets.
This is terrible.
This is awful.
This is
Oh my
terrible.
god, this is disgusting.
I don't know if we can get a view on this here, Zach.
Let me
but
give it one more.
The pretzel is too hard, and the peanut butter is like hard in there and like crumbling and falling out.
Peanut butter is a good flavor though. Hold on a second. One more. Yeah, the pretzels
He's
are
in a
awful.
one way or his way from a D to a C.
I would put
right?
this at a D.
I'm gonna give this a D. I'd rather
D,
have
right?
combos right now,
Yeah, because you know why? The pretzel is even stale, and it was in a sealed thing.
and that's not expired.
No.
You just bought these today. No, that's not my
Farm to
that's not
bag.
mine. Not only that, if you had these out there, this would be desperation. I'd only eat these in desperation, and then I would need a drink. Wash
These
down.
pretzels are making me thirsty.
These pretzels
Yeah, they're making me thirsty.
are making me
All right,
thirsty.
these are out. Give them a D. And
Pretzels get
never
a D.
buy Quinn creamy peanut butter filled pretzels.
If they were a combo, we can maybe go a little bit higher with them. But last time I saw combos on a golf course, it was a mini golf.
All right, I'm reaching back in for another box. The old popular, get it all over your shirt, Nature Valley Bar.
Let me ask something. How did Nature Valley corner the market on every single golf course in America?
I don't know.
Because it's the one that inevitably is always there.
They've been around for so
Is that what it is?
And it's like
Yeah.
the easiest thing to just, hey, throw this in your bag. You know? Just throw it in your bag,
yeah,
man.
and
Here.
this you could throw in
Well,
your
I'll have
bag
the
and
other
open
one.
it 2 seasons from now, and it would taste exactly the same.
That lasts forever. That's
This-
Doomsday Bar.
This is a doomsday bar.
They got into the Doomsday bar making business.
You went
and
oats and
that's what
honey.
you need in
maybe
golf.
the worst Nature Valley flavor.
What's
over
the
here.
best one?
The peanut butter is number one.
Oh, the crunchy though.
Oh yeah.
I haven't even had it.
But you know what? Drive in the car one of these while you're eating it.
Oh, everywhere.
Everywhere.
I don't
It's
know.
probably
I'm
everywhere right now.
Open this. Here. Get nuts. So, I don't have anything like against the Nature Valley.
Let me just see. Let me just picture myself out on the 8th hole. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, but
You need a drink with this.
yeah, I feel like I'm
I can't even
coughing up
talk to you right
dust. Like,
Yeah. I love it, though. I love, like, there's a Girl Scout cookie that's just like this.
the flavor is delicious. It's got so much sugar in it.
So, for the flavor, I think it's got to be above a D.
Oh yeah, this is no D because this I could get away with on the golf course, but I would need a drink. I feel like this is also one of my. If you got nothing else in that cart, you know what I mean. The beverage cart comes over and be like, "What do I got?" Well, I got just Nature. What's it called? Nature Valley.
Yeah, I got a Snickers and a Nature Valley, and if you're like really trying to be good,
Right. But
B,
if
maybe?
you're like, I only got a Nature Valley and I'm starving, and I know this is the difference in
I mean,
me being able to swing a club the last 3 holes, I would eat it. But otherwise, I'm going to be like, oh, just Nature Valley, pass.
I got to be honest with you. I'm okay with this as a possible B.
You could go as high as B.
You thinking you're not even getting past C, huh?
Is it the same effect
me give it
as
one
the
more
Kind
try.
Bar, though?
Is it a what, Zach?
Is it at the same level as the Kind Bar? Because that's where your B
Well, the
is
Kind
set.
Bar was really delicious. Like, I like the flavor of it, but like to Frank's point, it's a mess. This is a mess too. This is delicious and a mess. That's delicious and a mess.
I feel like I like the Kind Bar better. I think I would go C with this and Kind Bar B.
I could meet you at C if you want, just so
Let's
we don't get
throw it
to
to C for right
to
now.
a heated
We can always
argument
see
over.
if, we can always see if it changes his mind after a bit here. What else we got?
Oh, the Chewies. Now, you want to talk about something that's been in a bag for years? You'll find a Chewy in like the tea pocket, right?
These are also the other ones that are always there.
Oh, there's a
You go-
choice.
You go in the pro shop and you got just a bunch of them in that like woven basket. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, they're the woven
Just the grab and go in the wall. Or you go in like the bar. It's too early. The bar's closed,
Yep.
but they've got that woven
got these
basket sitting on the thing.
with
And be like, well, you can
bananas.
take one of these.
It's a banana or a couple of Chewy bars.
Yeah.
Well, now you got a choice here, Frank. We've got peanut butter chocolate chip. I think you're probably peanut buttered out. You want a s'mores?
Yo,
Give me
throw me
s'mores.
one of those s'mores.
Yeah,
S'mores
let's-
Chewy bars are potentially my all-time
Zach
favorite
s'mores.
granola bar.
Another way that Zach
Let's
is
split the
exactly
s'mores.
the same as my.
Well, so we'll all
children.
be consistent. We won't do a different flavor.
This is literally the vibes that this reminds me of is I just take these and I put them in my kids' lunches every morning.
we got two
Did
left.
you just say that another way
Another
that Zach
way.
is exactly like my children?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Because literally, you just said this is your favorite, and like this is what I take every morning, and I throw them in my kids' lunch boxes in case they don't like their sandwich. This is what
In
they're
case you
eating.
don't like it. That's it in case. How is it, Zach? He's mouth full on that
Oh, it's
s'mores.
good.
Yeah.
Take that thing. I don't know. Here,
Oh, look, there's mini marshmallows in it.
They don't play games,
Smells
dude.
a 10 out of 10.
Oh, God.
Because it smells like marshmallows.
God, no. No.
If that's not S tier, I don't know what in this list.
Are you serious? I'm thinking about
This guy's got a whole
F
different
tier.
palate as us.
He does. His palate is unique.
The other night I had 7 of these before going to bed.
Oh my god,
If I had 2, it would be a terrible
I
night.
wouldn't be here today. This right here, there's only one scenario I can think of where I would get excited about this. It would be if I found it in my bag in a desperation, starving moment, and there was no other food on the course. I
Or
would be like,
person.
oh, thank God.
Yeah, nothing. No civilizations around
But
you for
otherwise,
miles.
this is not a pick. You don't pick this.
Zach, I'd hate to do this to you, man.
I'll go as low as D.
Haters.
I'm a hater, but I'm going to put it as a D. Like, I literally threw up in my mouth. When I throw up in my mouth, it's easy D.
D.
Wow. I mean, I love a good s'mores.
And listen, everybody's got their preferences. I'm sorry for offending anyone out there. By all means, come at us in the comments.
We might have some hardcore Chewy fans
We
out
probably
there.
got a lot of Zachs out there who are like, "That's
I
my
live on
go-to."
Chewies. Yeah.
No. Wait, so bring up that thing. I want to do a quick recap before we go to the next one.
Nobody hit S.
So
yet.
right now, nothing has quite caught up with the white chocolate macadamia nut Cliff Bar. That is
think-
sitting comfortably in the A spot
I got something that might hit.
with the
I got something that might
something
hit.
that slaps in there.
Something that slaps.
With the Kind Bar just below it at B, and only losing points, not for taste, but for general stickiness.
Stickiness.
Moving on.
You ready for our
Let's
potential first S?
Oh, there they are. Hello, old friend.
Hello, dear friend.
Hello, old
Now,
friend.
these are probably one of the most popular snacks. Not only just these, but of course the originals.
Mm-hmm.
And these, you won't get a lot of variation out from the cart attendant, but you will always find these at a golf course. And these are my go-to.
Right. If the card has candy, it's usually that, maybe a Snickers. What else would the card have?
The Nature Valley.
No, I'm talking about if it was candy. This I put this in. This is the candy category.
It's still rough. It's still maybe Snickers, maybe a Kit Kat's thrown in there.
Maybe a Kit Kat.
Maybe.
A Twix, a Rogue
Twix would be
Twix.
like someone had a box of Twix in the cellar, throw them in the cart.
Throw them in the cart. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
M&Ms.
come on.
I mean, how do you beat M&Ms?
This is where it's at. Give me this.
M&Ms have gotten me through a couple of rounds. Most recently, where were we playing? I remember it was like the 14th hole. You went over the cart. We were both dying. You got the peanut M&Ms. I got the regular M&Ms, and it just revived me. It just was like CPR for my golf game.
Just throw a dart at any of the last 10 rounds that we've played,
could've
and that
been anyone.
could have been any of those rounds.
It was like the adrenaline shots of the heart, Pulp Fiction, the full 9 yards. That was my M&Ms. Frank M&Ms to the heart.
Right. Absolutely.
The only
Top off
thing
for the
I can
Coke.
take against the M&M is that this is your quick shot of energy when you're out there. Right?
Okay.
Because it's candy. It's just chocolate.
this is like a 14th,
Sure,
just-
okay, you got a peanut in each one.
14th hole bag, get me to the finish line.
This is a get me to the finish line.
Finish strong. Try
Right.
to go out with a birdie. Maybe.
This is not whereas some of these other ones, in a moment of desperation, if you had to substitute lunch, like if you were playing 36 and you had to grab something between rounds, these are all things that we've, speaking from experience, have had to do.
Yep.
Something like the Cliff Bar might get me through the longer term energy than this fast burner. Fast.
So
and
you can't
furious.
put this burner up there.
I'm still going to put it at S.
You are. You got it.
I don't care.
The M&Ms are king. Throw them on the S because they are my go-to as well. Now,
Again.
we didn't do any other types of foods. These are just like quick snacks. So anyone in the saying like, what about a dog at the turn, stuff like that?
That's a meal.
It's a meal.
On golf course terms, a dog is a meal. That's like your lunch.
Yeah, it's not a snack.
Your snack. These are what I'm saying. These are stuff that you can eat between the green and the next tee box just to get you back to where you need to be to play golf.
Zach put 2 dogs down at the turn the other day. That was a double day for you, huh?
Dude, Patriot Hills has the best hot dogs.
Yeah.
I don't do hot dogs on the golf course that often, but I remember the year before we went to Patriot Hills and I got a dog on the turn and loved it. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to double it up right now.
Bro, I'm 15 years older than you. I had 1 dog that day. My night was wrecked.
Come on.
And we'll just leave it at that, all
Come
right?
on.
Let's move on to the next one.
All right, well, anyway, M&M's, it's off the charts for flavor and for that quick bounce back, but longevity,
That's a bounce back meal.
it just doesn't have the longevity to it.
All
You
right.
almost have to pair it with something else.
You do.
You need something with a little slower burn.
Jerky?
There it
Anybody?
is. Jerky.
Not only that, but I got the sriracha honey.
And who gets turkey jerky? Ugh.
Talk about grabbing the wrong one. Well, we're all going down together
I'll
on
tell
this
you
shit.
what this is. This is the I've been trying to eat better and put more protein in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is the I threw some jerky in the bag because I'm trying to
Try. Can you even tolerate jerky? You can, right?
well, why not?
To begin with?
The only thing and this whole thing that I can't tolerate is the honey. Because I don't mix my sweets and my spices.
You don't.
No, I want all spicy.
Okay.
Give me sweets, that's my M&M.
Right.
But for this, I
know
want that
what?
sriracha.
This
Pure
isn't too
sriracha.
bad.
We're gonna
It
get
isn't
into
something
that.
I
I don't
would-
want to toss it. There'll be jerky all over the office.
I actually wouldn't. I'm not going to finish it. But I wouldn't. That wouldn't be a purchase go-to for me.
The
And in
smell
fact-
coming out of the bag right out of the
In
beginning.
fact,
is a
it's
turn-off.
getting worse as I'm chewing it.
Terrible.
I'm not even gonna have one.
The fact he didn't even
These
have one.
guys are giving me that face.
Now the taste is changing in my
I'm
mouth.
gotta
Hold on.
give it a little bit of respect though, because it could be terrible because I just chased an M&M with it. I should have probably flushed a
The
little.
taste started out good, but then it started changing rapidly in my mouth. Getting like mushrooms now, human flesh. I don't know what this is. What is this? You know,
Well,
like portobello mushroom.
this is made by a
No one else?
James Beard Award winner.
Well, hey.
This is a recipe done by Chef Gail Gand,
Well, I'll tell you something.
who's a
me.
Michelin star chef. This is maybe not her finest.
You know, for
day.
sriracha, there's really no spice.
Her
right?
finest
Did you get
work.
hit with a spice at all?
Not really.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't mix that sweet and savory for me.
My stomach's having a party.
This is something.
An absolute
Yeah.
party going on in my stomach.
Listen, I know all of the jerky lovers are probably in the comments getting upset at this moment.
Listen,
but
no
maybe there are
doubt.
better jerkies
There's
out there.
way better jerkies
Listen,
out
just,
there.
You get me some Jack Link's
Yeah.
teriyaki beef jerky.
Yep.
and I will put that bag down.
I can get behind some teriyaki. I think it's the sriracha honey that's going to kill this.
That was Zach's
ranking.
dinner last night. Jack Link's.
That was his breakfast
and
dinner,
6
that
more
much.
chewy bars.
Well, we got to rank this thing.
I'm going to actually, it started off as a C and it navigated to a quick D. So that's where I'm going.
For this particular one, I'm going to go D, but I think if
Jerky in general could probably make it up to the
I'm
B.
with you, Zach. I think if it was just a more traditional jerky, I think it could have gone as high as a B.
All right, last but not least, we're going to go with the increasingly popular cookies on the go that we're seeing a lot of. This is a Quest cookie, so it's more of like one of those protein cookies.
Okay.
Now, you and I love the Cliff Builder bars, which we didn't rank in here, but that's
Right.
a whole meal in itself, right? We consider that almost a meal. It's
That-
20 grams of protein.
That'll
It's a
get me
thick,
through 9 holes.
It's a thick brick.
No problem.
No doubt.
We're talking about like the chocolate mint
Yeah,
Builder bar.
I think these
Builder
Quest cookies are in that same category.
Well, it's 15 grams of protein, so it's got a little bit.
I'm going to take a piece of it. Looks pretty good.
I'm going to already give it points for being chewy and not crumbly.
Oh, it's chewy. I
don't
like
think
the
we
packaging.
lost a lot to crumble.
That is, as far as golf bag goes, this is ideal size. This is like the size of like guitar strings, you know? You used
Yeah.
to buy guitar strings back in the day.
That's ideal, and that's something I could definitely put this cookie down in a minute between holes.
Right.
Like if we finish, we putt out, I go to my bag, I grab this thing, and you're
Uh-huh.
like, Frank, you're up next. I could rip through
Rip
this
through
thing
it.
and be ready to go.
And you got 15.
And 15 grams of protein.
There's a protein pop. It's decent. It's actually
It's
not
not
too bad.
overly sweet.
Because it's artificial sugaring, I think, because there's no sugars in it.
So I feel like this will be more of your slow burn, your protein, your a little bit of calories.
It's leaving a horrendous aftertaste. Are you getting that right now?
Well, that's the artificial sweetener. I would for this. I think I would need something liquid to chase it down.
I like the
Water will
concept.
get me through, like in a pinch, but like a little coffee would have been.
It gets high points for the like the boost it would give me. Like this would probably take me through 6 to 7 holes, but the taste is horrible.
Well,
I like it in the C range
whoa,
or even the B range. To be
that
honest
went
with
down
you,
quick.
no, I mean
Started off. I feel like you started off describing this like it was an A.
it was like
didn't have the gusto to go for S,
no.
but now you've been dropping like flies.
C's kind of harsh. It was pretty good. I like the fact that it's soft, and I like the 15 gram pop. I'd probably say B, but that's the max I would give it. It doesn't fit in that white macadamia moisture we had up there before. That was pretty nice, huh?
That was nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what. I can agree with you because comparatively, it's just not quite as good as that Cliff Bar was. But if that Cliff Bar wasn't there, I could be talking to keeping it in the A. Maybe it's the artificial sweetener. Yeah, it's catching up with me. Give us a B, Zach.
We should start doing this with everything. Like we'll get like we'll do it with Italian food. We'll start with the meatballs. We'll go to the chicken parm, the eggplant parm.
Well, I think what we haven't done here, and we need to do, and you guys comment and let us know if you want us to do it, is the golf drinks.
Ooh, the golf drinks.
Right? I mean, you got your classics, your
What do you
water, but then you got your Powerade,
Powerades, Body Armors, John Daly's,
Arnie
Arnie
Palms.
Palmer. Did I say John Daly?
John Daly's are a thing.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, just we're introduced to the alcohol at that point.
Oh, there's the alcohol.
Now we're opening
I
up a
meant
whole
Arnold
other
Palmer.
category.
Yeah, we got a whole different category. We
We
got
got a
transfusions.
whole other
and-
category, right? Exactly.
That
Anyway,
show is going to be a disaster.
That's our ranking. So yeah, that show we might not get through the whole show.
No.
That's our ranking. Now we're gonna go finish that entire box of Cliff Bars. While you guys leave your own rankings in the comments below. Like I said, wanted to do something a little bit different, off the cuff, a little fun this week. Hope you guys enjoyed that one, and stay hungry out there. Right?
Stay hungry out there.
We'll see you in the next one.